Hello, very impromptu video here to talk about a scale exercise I developed while trying to unlearn three finger technique, which I've been using sloppily for a while, and relearn a more disciplined two finger technique. And I find this useful for um, crossing up and down strings across the bass. It's pretty simple, going up and down the modes of the major scale. So do it here in G. The idea is basically alternate picking all the way, and because of the way you play it, each mode starts on the other finger. So for example, I'm starting on my middle finger, it's on number 2. So start on C major, 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So it's like a 15/8 figure. Count it either as 4 4 and 7 8. Or 5 groups of 3. Which is probably easier. And I try to stay in one position for all of the modes for as long as I can. Let's see, 2 1 2 1 2. I'll start on my second finger to keep the sequence going. Change position. And then stay in the same position again. As much as possible. So the idea of staying in one position for as often as possible is that this means that by the time I get to, say, the Aeolian scale, Locrian, Aeolian, it's an unusual position to play the Aeolian scale in, but it means that as I go through the modes, I get a variety of notes per string. So I've got 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and 3, and then I've got 3, 3, and 2. And then by the time I get here, I've got 1, 3, 3, and 1. And you could work it out really precisely so that you have the ultimate variety of notes per string starting on each finger, but I change it up a little bit every time I do it. And if you also start the exact same exercise but starting on your other finger, so I'll start on my first finger here, for second, first. I might have kind of undone the sequence there. It's important you keep it alternating and don't do any raking, so no that kind of thing. Always alternate so that you practice crossing strings, particularly going down from G to D or A to E, whatever. Yeah, so if you do the whole thing starting on your middle finger and then on your first finger, you will pretty much get as much variety of these notes per string and crossing from one string to another as you possibly can. And of course you can practice this with 3 fingers as well, although I will say if you do that, this probably isn't the best pattern to use, because you'll end up starting on the same finger every time because it is a multiple of 3, a 15 note figure. So you'll end up starting on my ring finger, ring, ring. I screwed it up, so I ended up starting with a different finger. But yeah, a different scale pattern would work for practicing 3-finger technique. But those days are behind me. Yeah, so just a little simple scale exercise.